Hi friends, my name is Michal Towber, but you can call me Miki, and I am a professional vocal coach. Today is part 2 on our series of semi-occluded vocal warm-ups, and we're going to be doing some really fun exercises using straws. What you're going to need for today's exercises are a normal drinking straw and a glass of water, about halfway full. You can use any size straw to do these, but if you're a beginner, you'll probably want to start with a straw with a larger diameter or hole and work your way down to a smaller diameter as you get more experienced. If you'd like an explanation of what semi-occluded exercises are and why they're important, please check out the first video in this series above. You can use the straw with or without water, but adding the water makes this a doubly effective exercise. Since you have the decreased volume of exhalation through the straw and you're also pushing through the water, it's kind of like trying to run on sand with ankle weights on. Take your straw and stick it about 1/2 inch down into the glass of water. You don't want to go much deeper than that or you're going to create a volcano. You're going to sit up nice and tall and supported, take a nice full deep belly breath, and create a seal around the top of the straw with your mouth. You want to make sure that no air is leaking from the corners of your lips. And you're going to exhale all of the air from your lungs in a nice even stream of bubbles. Let's try it together. Sit up nice and tall, take a nice deep inhale, and exhale. Just like that. This is a great exercise for checking that you're breathing properly. Breathing is super important in singing and for staying alive. The key here is to try to create a completely even stream of bubbles. You don't want any pauses like this. And you don't want any explosions either, like this. You can practice building your lung capacity, which will really help you hold out sustained notes with a nice even tone. Or to sing long passages without stopping for a breath in the middle. Oh, say, can you see it? So let's start timing our exhalation and work our way up. We're going to start with 10 seconds first. So sit up nice and straight, take a nice deep breath, and great job. How did that feel for you? Was it hard? Easy? If it was difficult, don't worry about it. Everybody has to start somewhere. Now let's try 20 seconds. Take a nice deep breath, and that one was a little bit more difficult, right? So over time, you want to try to work your way up to 30 seconds, to 40 seconds, see how far you can go. Now let's try adding in some tone. You can do any of your normal exercises through the straw. So we're going to start with a simple 5-tone scale on middle C. So sit up nice and straight, take a nice deep breath, and let's begin. and so on. Great job. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. I can't see what you're doing, so I don't know if you're doing a great job. It would be really weird if I was spying on you right now. But I'm gonna assume that you're doing your best, because if you're not, you're only hurting yourself. So really try to focus when you're doing these warm-ups. Now let's try doing a siren, which is gonna sound like this. You're gonna go from your chest voice, which is just a fancy way of saying your low voice, into your head voice or your high voice, and back down again. And remember, you're gonna try to create an even exhalation of bubbles. So try not to have any spikes in dynamics or volume, which are gonna cause mini explosions. So let's sit up nice and tall and take a nice deep belly breath. And awesome. So now we're gonna try some straw exercises without the water. It's gonna be exactly the same thing, just drier. You're gonna take your straw and you're gonna make sure that you're creating a nice seal with your lips around the tip. And you can check that you're not leaking any air around the edges by placing your hand at the bottom of the straw and making sure that you can feel the air coming out the bottom. So now we're gonna try a broken chord starting on middle C. Last one. So good. Now if you're saying, Miki, this is just too easy, don't you worry. I've got some exercises for my more advanced students out there. Now for this, you can either use one of those silly curly straws, because the twists and bends are going to create a little bit more resistance, or you can use a straw with a smaller diameter, like a coffee stirrer. So you can go into any coffee store like Starbucks or whatever your favorite store is and grab a couple of these. Or if the idea of stealing makes you nervous, you can order 1,000 of these for like 10 bucks on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link below to the ones that I use. So you're gonna get a lot more back pressure from these babies. So if you're really having to strain and puff up your cheeks like this, I want you to hold off on using these and go back up to the larger diameter straw for the time being. You don't want to hurt yourself. So we're going to do our 5-tone scale again. We're going to sit up nice and tall, take a nice deep breath, and last one. Now don't worry if you're not getting a lot of volume during these exercises. These are supposed to be really gentle and you're not trying to bring the house down. One of the many great things about straw exercises is that this is all the equipment that you need, and it's pretty inexpensive and portable. I always carry a few around in a Ziploc baggie in my purse so that I can warm up anywhere. This concludes part 2 of our semi-occluded vocal warm-up series. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or even if you just completed it. And I'll see you here next week for another singing warm-up video. Until then, happy singing.